Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
So why is it that the speaker is now saying that the bill, the way it was passed, was not right? And then the concern that has been expressed on social media is that the president was stuttering. I mean, he didn't answer when he was asked the question, are you going to sign the bill? He went through laborious explanations before arriving at a conclusion.
All right. So let me say that the most important question to ask is what next? Because Parliament has passed the bill. And if you look at decision-making process of Parliament, it is either a majority decision or a unanimous decision. Parliament was afforded every stage of consideration up to the third reading of the bill before it was passed. The proponents of the private members' bill, in fact, were in Koforidua at the committee level, constitutional and legal, and the proponents brought a revised bill from what we saw in 2024, a revised bill. They brought it. The revision was not entirely done by Parliament. Now, several stakeholders were brought in to comment on the revised bill that was brought to the Committee of Parliament. Then when the Committee of Parliament brought it for first reading, members made contributions. Then it was referred back to the committee for them to go through it. And then those amendments that was published and advertised on the other paper of Parliament were taken, vote down on it before the passage of the bill. In any case, when a bill is brought before Parliament, it is not going to be passed wholly as you brought it with the memorandum that accompanied it. But what is important too is that the amendments must not defeat the purpose in which you brought the bill. My point in going through this is that the decision-making body of the legislative arm of government is that of members of Parliament. What the Speaker sought to do was an appeal to members of Parliament. As we speak, the bill was passed by Parliament of Ghana. Officially. And contributions were sought from both sides. Speaker's concern was in three folds. One was preservation of our religious values, and that we should have gotten a bipartisan that is built on consensus. If you remember, in the old days, there was unanimity on the passage of the 2024 one. So every member of Parliament, in fact, the Speaker at that time asked, do we have anybody in the House who is against this bill? And there was absolute silence. In this matter, I think that people came there with a notion to disrupt. Since people had said in their past, they could not be principled to be consistent with it. For example, if you look at the exemptions that was created for lawyers and media people, this was strongly advocated by the current minority leader now. But for political expediency...
I don't understand. What do you mean by advocacy?
So you see, in Parliament in 2024, he suggested that just providing legal counsel to people who are deemed to be engaged in LGBTQ+, should not lead you to go into jail, or a mere accusation of somebody engaged in it should not automatically lead you to go to jail. That same person comes to tell us today that why are we watering down the exemptions to include lawyers? My point is that this has become partisan. Meanwhile, this is one single thing that Ghanaians expect of us as a parliament. I remember a month ago, it was all over social media. that the NDC government, apparently when it was made that it is not a priority of government, it was made to sound that we have abandoned course. Now today, the government, the Parliament of Ghana has passed it under a private member's bill. And the Speaker is appealing to us. In fact, I think the Speaker, with great respect to him, got it wrong when he said that when the second reading of a bill is done, there must be a motion to abridge time so that the third reading can be done the same day. If not, it must last one sitting day.
Well, the Speaker is an experienced legislator.
And I'm telling you that if you look at the votes and proceedings of Parliament for that day, there was an application for a breach of time to allow us to do the third reading and pass the bill. So I think that nothing unlawful had happened in Parliament. We, as for the parliamentary side, we are done with the matter. What is left is for President Mahama to do the needful by either signing the bill or he can do broader consultations on it before taking his decision, or he can make comments to it.
Did you listen to the president when
Yes, I listened to him.
Okay, in England?
Yes, I listened to him.
And what do you make of it? It made it look like he's ready to sign only if all those processes are exhausted.
So
so especially those who criticize him in the opposition, they've gone to town with it that, well, he's just trying to buy time.
As at the time President spoke, in fact, when the bill was passed, President was not in the jurisdiction.
True.
The President has not seen a copy of what had been approved. In fact, official communication has not been made from Parliament to the President. So when a matter is asked of him to comment on, and he doesn't have possession of what the bill is about, he cannot be certain that I will sign what I don't have. And I'm telling you that the President has the right to make comments and return if he's not comfortable. So as we speak, the document is still before Parliament of Ghana. It has not been transmitted to the President. So I don't think there was lack of clarity in what the thought President expressed. Our concern is that this matter could have been dealt, that what the Speaker did could have been handled at the leadership level. But now there are so many confusion in the minds of Ghanaians as to whether the decision we made was reversed. Let me be categorical. The decision the statement that was made by the Speaker of Parliament yesterday does not invalidate or reverse the decision that was taken by Parliament.
Okay.
The highest decision-making body of the legislative arm of government is the Member of Parliament. And we, the members of Parliament, has by a majority decision approved the passage of that law. So we are waiting on the executive arm of government to either assent to it or refer it back to Parliament or engage in stakeholder consultation. But let me also state this. This is a private member's bill. I heard commentaries that suggest that why did we present a bad law to MPP under President
You mean as an
executive government
okay,
to sign? Curiously enough, the bill in the MPP era was not sponsored by a political party. It was sponsored by members of both parties.
Bipartisan.
Bipartisan. In fact, that bill was approved unanimously by Parliament. So if President Akufo-Addo did not sign, it was not because an NDC party went to President Akufo-Addo to sign the bill. So I just want to put that clarity.
But Isaah, the thrust of the argument, especially led by Tim Forger and the rest, is that if you look at the exemptions and then the wording and the content of the current bill that has been approved is not the same like before. So they would have wished that the same text and wording and then no exemptions given as we're seeing this approved.
Okay, so I think that, you see, this is also a misconception. I already stated that Parliament has stages of passing a bill. When you bring a bill to Parliament as a private member, you don't expect Parliament to just wholesale pass all you brought. In fact, the committee agreed to 5 exemptions. They agreed to 5 exemptions. But for political expediency, they ran to town to suggest that we pass a different law. I'm saying that when a bill is brought before Parliament, the matter will be referred to committees, and at the committee level, let me give you a classical example. When the Value for Money Office Bill was brought to Parliament, a lot of the reforms, the proposals that you see in the current law was proposed by members like Tia Kabiru and Dr. Amina Adam, and all their inputs was captured and they advanced superior arguments. And to that end, it was put into the revised bill. It is not what you brought that is what will be passed. It is what you brought, the refined version of it, that is on consensus or majority. We thinking that this is the best way to make the bill possible for Ghanaians to accept it. And I can tell you, what we did is on the conscience of Ghanaians. Ghanaians believed in what we did. And as a parliament, we stand with what we did. And a statement of speaker does not invalidate the decision of parliament.
Isaah Thompson, what do you make of the position that has been expressed so far, especially by him, to give clarification to what the speaker has said, and then also the responses by the president on the approved bill?
I will start by looking at the bill as a whole and what has gone on since 2024.
So do the clarifications.
Yes, I just need to do something.
Just 2 minutes on this.
Yes. So you see, first of all, the matter of quorum was made by my brother here.
No, he referred to...
In fact,
thank you very much.
No, wait.
The president.
Oh,
and then
for the first time.
You know,
it's always like that.
Not only the president, I didn't hear
Speaker,
that, but I heard Kwame, the Menchia South MP. Bafewa.
He was on
He
City
also
also.
made the issue of quorum. Yeah. But for clarity, when a decision is taken by Parliament, at the instance of the decision-making period, you must raise the issue of quorum. Once you don't raise the issue of quorum and the decision is taken, it is a decision of the House.
By your standing orders?
Yes, by the standing orders of Parliament. Now, the second issue is that, and I think Solo has done justice to it, that Nana-Addo never had the bill. He never had a bill because he instituted the cease and desist tactics. He prevented Parliament from carrying out its constitutional mandate, that after a passage of a bill by Parliament, it must be transmitted to the President for assent. President Akufo-Addo denied that opportunity to Parliament. Ghanaians must be made aware of this fact. As we speak, the bill has not even left Parliament to President Mahama. So you cannot even be comparing these two circumstances. President Akufo-Addo denied them the opportunity to present the bill to him. Meanwhile, similar circumstances happened in e-levy time. There were two pending applications before the High Court. President Akufo-Addo, despite those court seals, went ahead and signed the e-levy. But when it came to the anti-gay bill, President Akufo-Addo found reasons to issue cease and desist threats. Roland, let me say something. President Mahama or the NDC never said the bill will be signed 1 month after winning power. In fact, the 8th Parliament is different from the 9th Parliament. We were of the view that President Akufo-Addo missed a golden opportunity to pass a very popular domestic bill. Zaato, we will not behave like you. We don't worship the external sector. We believe that the legitimacy of our government rests with the people of Ghana. If we have a domestic policy that is in line with the aspiration of the Ghanaian people, I think that is what we will go for. Senegal.
Irrespective of the financial implications?
There is no financial implication. In fact, the Minister of...
Because that's what he's saying.
I will tell him why he's wrong. The Minister of Finance in 2024 issued a letter when the bill was about to be sent to President. The Minister of Finance, and said the financial implication Ghana stands to attract if we go ahead and sign that bill. The Minister of Finance, that was led by the former Finance Minister, Dr. Amina Adam. Roland, do you know currently Senegal is almost on the verge of signing an IMF deal? Currently, IMF is in Senegal. Senegal has passed the bill into law. Senegal.
Pro-Islam.
Yes. So that type of logic doesn't exist anywhere. In fact, if you look at FDI for almost all Arab nations, Dubai is growing in hospitality in the world now with Qatar, that's Doha and other places. Mostly are Arab nations.
Bahrain.
There is no Arab country that does not have express Sharia laws and provisions dealing with the issue of gays.
Actually, you can't try.
You can't try it. Yet they have a lot of FDIs. there are other motivating factors why countries do FDIs in countries. It is not just because of this type of thing. So let's not confuse the two. Dr. Zaato said that the 8th Parliament, they were whipped in line to do a unanimous decision because of the numbers. First of all, it wasn't a government decision. I want this to be placed on record. The 8th Parliament bill was sponsored by a bipartisan committee members. So if say that they were whipped in line, who whipped them? Who whipped Ntim Fuojo? Who did that? Who did that to Sam George? They came together, formed a bill, and when they brought the bill, the speaker asked that question to the full glare of the Ghanaian public: who among you has an issue with this bill? Zilch, nobody raised their hand. Lastly, let me also say that let's compare something like, for example, if you say a private member's bill, why is it that President Mahama is not making it a public bill? I think that is
no, because it's Mr. Thompson who alluded to this. There was
both of them alluded to it,
and there was what?
And he said the president,
yes,
who was then in opposition. And then when he came into office, met the Christian Council or the Catholic
and said he would prefer.
He would have preferred.
He would have preferred. Yeah. And I'm saying that at that time there was a pending bill before Parliament.
Which pending bill?
That was one. Yeah, which old one? This bill started in 2025. This current bill we passed. That is why the law is Family Values 2025. The bill didn't start in 2026, Master. When the bill was introduced before Parliament, that was
at the inception of the Parliament.
The inception of the Parliament.
Okay.
And I'm saying that it had gone through several stages before the passage. And at every stage, the MPP caucus of Parliament supported it. But for political expediency, they want to now say, they want to take the credit from the NDC. I can tell you, we will not be assuaged. The point is that Parliament, the 9th Parliament, passed the Family Values Bill 2025. And we have done our part. We will leave it to President Mahama to go through it, either to assent or to make comments and return it back to Parliament.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Oh, you gave him 4 minutes. So how can you give me 2? I just checked. You gave him 4 minutes.
How did you check that he gave you 4 minutes?
But I was looking at
you go on.
Let me go on. You see, when my brother was speaking, and I felt he should have been honest to, not honest, I don't want to say you are dishonest anyway, but just to let Ghanaians know the whole picture of this thing. I stated, and if you listen to me earlier on, I stated clearly that if President Mahama had even started that he was making this a public bill or a government bill, the private people would have taken their bill back and sat down and watched him to do the right thing. But because he himself didn't believe that he wants to do this, he didn't even start right or append anything to it. Then you come and sit here and give me this whole gymnastics, and you want me to believe you, especially coming from NDC, people who are clothed to scam. Oh, but that is the modus operandi of NDC. Let's check everything that you stated. You've never done anything. 133. You have even gone to London and tell people that they should come, but you have started 133, which is not true. Now, coming to Solo's issue, it's very unfair, very, very unfair that you sit here, call Tampuli, call Ayimedu, call this, call that, and you don't even call NDC people who are on the committee. And even the chairman, who is the chairman of the committee, do you know as we speak now, he's in Mecca.
But what's the point? He said that it was bipartisan. That's why he cited the...
When did he come back? When did he come back?
Mr. Thompson.
Does it matter?
It matters. Because the day the bill was being presented, the chairman wasn't here.
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
It doesn't matter. Why do they have vice chairperson?
Hassan Tampuli and the rest who are part of the committee, they don't even have the final report before it was presented. Hey! They didn't have it.
My goodness, what are we doing here? No, but
they didn't have it.
No,
please. We have an MP.
How can you come and throw that video? No.
Oh,
please conclude for me.
He didn't have it before.
What are you talking about?
So some of these things that you are sitting there, that you said,
it's impossible for members of their own committee.
It is possible. It is possible.
That's a member
you have a majority. You have the majority who can do anything they like. These people, I can't trust them one day or the other day.
When I'm here,
please conclude for me. I don't have the time.
You say when you are heckling me and he's heckling me, how can I talk? Even
if you put that information out there like that, it's not fair.
He's a member of parliament. He's a member of the committee, and he says that it's not true. Please,
what is a news role?
Oh, you see what they are doing now. So coming back to this thing, listen, the last guy and Amanda Odoy were those who took this thing to court, and they give the president an injunction.
Who injuncted him?
They injuncted him, and that is why they wrote the letter. That this is what they've received, so don't bring the thing to us. Where have they gone wrong? And that is why President Mahama himself stated on authority that President Akufo-Addo did not get the bill for him to even look at it and sign. And it's true. It's not a matter of a lie. For the first time, yes, they are speaking the truth, which we should come out and say it. That for the first time we've done well.
Who injected
they said that. Oh. So what I said here, you didn't listen.
Injected? Who?
Please tell him what I said. He said he doesn't know who injected.
No, who
I mentioned it.
Amanda Odwe and then
No, so
when they send something to court and they've injuncted him, you want him to still go ahead after the injunction, go and take their bill, please.
That's your explanation to the green letter.
Yes, that is not how you do things. So concluding on that, you see, when majority passes, when we come to parliament and they say, oh, majority has passed the bill, and the bill has become a full bill, doesn't mean that everybody supported it. There could be people who do not support it.
Of course.
So you don't sit here and start calling names and accusing people and saying wrong things about people. It's not right, it's not fair, and I don't think it's for the betterment of this thing. When you are calling names of minority, call names of majority. So, but I believe that that these people have put together, it will come to bear one of these days.
2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much. I think I have made a very important issue, and I want to state it. When it comes to this LGBT bill, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama are behaving the same. They are basically the same. And that Ghanaians must understand that.
Thank you.
They have information probably that we don't have. They know things that we don't know, but they are behaving the same. When the day the bill, final bill goes to the president, Mahama signs it, and I come here, I will thank him for signing it. But so far, until that day comes, he and another Addo Akufo-Addo are behaving the same. 1. 2, we also want to be told, and we're also being told today that the Speaker of Parliament is wrong. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana is wrong.
That's what Sulu is
The minority leader is wrong.
That's what Sulu is saying.
The only person that is right is the majority leader. I leave that to the conscience of the people watching today. Sorry, I want to come to something quickly that Sulu said. You see, at any opportunity, you want to run against your boss's boss. At any opportunity, you want to run against or you buy the hand that fed you. What was Alan Chamanten's position on this bill when it came up? He was in cabinet. What was his position?
Which bill? He was in.
This LGBT, he was in bill. When the bill came up, what was his position?
The bill went to Parliament 2021, but by the time that it was in 2020, 2024. Yeah.
He was there. He was still there.
2021. Alan was in cabinet. What was his position on this bill?
You should have called the president that will let the bill come.
When the president sent the letter you copiously read. When he read the letter.
When he gets to what you're doing.
What was Alan's position? Do you have any document that you can also read?
But the bill was a private member's bill, so it wouldn't have come to Parliament, cabinet. It would have been in Parliament.
I am saying that.
No, at the time, Alan Chamanten was not in government. By the time we climax with the passage,
he has read copiously from a letter.
I'm trying to look at.
I am also. He has read a letter copiously written by the former secretary to the president.
Zaato.
That means that the former secretary and the former Akufo-Addo had valid. She put it on record. Where is
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Now so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.